Hey, this is Paul with MakeUseOf.com, and today we're looking at Beyerdynamic's new premium Bluetooth speakerphones called the Space. They may look like ordinary Bluetooth speakers, but they have a few interesting features to them. I'm going to be checking them out, telling you what I like about them and who I think they're for. These are an interesting choice for those looking for high quality audio conferencing and the same speaker to be used for entertainment too. And while there are a number of other speakers that double as speakerphones and entertainment speakers, few, if any, actually look this sleek, are this compact, and have a number of the other really innovative features that allow this to kind of stand out from the rest. And the Space speakerphone is being released at a really great time because a lot of us are still stuck working from home. And for those who rely on audio conferencing, this can be a great tool to add to your home office, or if you're a smaller business, maybe even to your actual physical office too. With work from home still being a must for many, the Space speaker can be a great option if you want a single speaker that can satisfy both your work and personal needs without compromise. To accomplish this, Space is compact and has a long-lasting battery. It will automatically switch between its voice mode for clear voice reproduction and its music mode for lively music playback. Now, at about $180, this isn't cheap. However, if you prioritize having an all-in-one portable speaker that has advanced mics for high-quality hands-free communication, that can also double as a speaker for music and other entertainment playback when you're not using it as a speakerphone, then the Space is going to be one of the best looking and sounding speakers that can do both. It's a little bit larger than my hand. It's about 350 grams. It takes about 2.5 hours to charge to full, and when charged to full, it can last for about 20 hours. It has 5 watts of max power and uses Bluetooth 5.0 for connectivity, and it also has USB-C for direct connections as well. I've been using the gray and the charcoal speakers. There's also an Aquamarine as well. In your box, you'll find your manual. You have a printout here as well, thanking you for your purchase and telling you about its sustainability efforts. Packaging actually does seem pretty sustainable, and you can even tell with the way they've tied these cables that it looks like it's just made from some kind of maybe recycled cardboard there. The only actual piece of plastic in here is this compostable piece of plastic which held your USB-C to USB Type-A adapter, which is something that's actually also cool. It fits right at the bottom of the speaker. And then below this, we have the soft carrying bag. It's got a really nice drawstring at the top. Let's go ahead and just stick our speaker in there. So this will be good to carry around just to keep it stored, keep the dust off of it. And if you're just throwing this in a bag, like your laptop bag, and you don't really have anything else bumping up against this, this will do a fine job at protecting it. You've got the plastic build at the bottom, and at the top, you have that fabric-esque finish that's very similar to the Google Home Minis. It feels pretty premium. It looks very nice as well. Overall, a very minimal design, and it would fit into most spaces very well, especially with the 3 different color choices here. In just a moment, I'll be giving you a couple audio examples with the microphones recorded, comparing it to, obviously, this microphone that you're hearing right now, as well as just the built-in microphone that you'd be using on a speakerphone with an iPhone, for example. And I'm sure for a lot of you, you're coming from just doing audio calls with your phone, just using it on speakerphone probably, and with the side-by-side comparison, you'll see just how much of an improvement this can be. Sticking with this design a little bit more, one of the main things that you notice with this is that it has this nice LED ring that lights up when you turn it on. And you can actually touch the battery button to see its actual percentage there. Although you won't get a voice prompt telling you the exact amount, you'll only get that if you turn it off, turn it back on.
Battery 80%. Your device is connected.
So it's when we initially turn it on, and before it pairs, it'll tell you the battery percentage. But then once you actually start interacting with some of these other buttons, for example, volume, that's where the LED changes its status to reflect the level of volume. And then when it actually gets to its max or minimum, you'll get the little sound telling you you've hit the max. And as I showed, you can either tap it individually or you can hold it. When you're on a call or you're doing anything else where the microphones are activated, that's where these will also change their color. So right now, they're actually not gonna have any function. On the left, this is where we have an interesting Y symbol, the Y from their logo. This works as a multifunction button, and it will also control your media playback. This is also, I think, another area where it shows that this is a speakerphone first and foremost versus an audio entertainment speaker, because you don't have the dedicated media control buttons. It's still a lot easier to just control the media playback on your phone or whatever device it's connected to, as opposed to using this button. This is where we can set it into pairing mode if we hold it, and it'll start flashing. Next, we have the very important mute button, and that lights up red, letting us know when the microphone is not active. So that's always good to know just at a quick glance. On the sides, we just have the power button, the USB-C, and a Kensington lock. If you plan on leaving this perhaps in a conference room or just around other areas where you might potentially run into theft, having a Kensington lock is very cool. I think with the exception of Jabra, this is the only other speakerphone that offers that Kensington lock feature. Now, to make one thing clear, the Space does sound good, but at nearly $200 again, there are far better sounding and more powerful portable speakers at this price point, and even ones at a fraction of its cost. But again, that's only half of the reason why you should decide to pick one of these up, because if you're just looking for a speaker for audio playback, this isn't going to be the best choice. But if you're also looking for a speaker that can double as a speakerphone, again, that's the key reason why this should be on your radar. Its 1.5-inch drivers will provide better bass compared to other speakerphones, including even some larger ones. Music and other media does sound good, and especially if you're using this on the go with a phone or a laptop, you're going to be getting a much better experience for the most part compared to the internal speakers of those devices. But another shortcoming that highlights how this is a speakerphone first and an audio entertainment device second is going to be with the lack of audio codecs. SBC is supported, but AAC is not, so you're not going to have as high quality bit rates. Also, you don't have aptX, so you're not going to have as low latency over Bluetooth playback. The speaker automatically will switch between two different frequency response modes depending on if you're on a call or listening to media, but there's no way to manually switch between the two. But a big thing that you should keep in mind, especially when considering this between other Bluetooth speakers, especially if you have a big focus or importance on media playback, is that these are only mono, not stereo. So you're not going to have as wide of a soundstage, you're not going to have as high quality audio playback, and especially if you're listening to this compared to a similarly sized speaker that offers stereo, there's going to be a noticeable difference. On the other hand though, if you get two of these, you can use them together in stereo mode, so you can have a left channel and a right channel, but at $400, that's a very pricey way to do so. For smaller rooms and indoor use, these speakers should be loud enough. Also, when using these outdoors in quieter environments like my roof or deck, they also did a good job. However, once the wind kicks up or you have other external noises, you're probably going to wish that these speakers got a little bit louder. So let's go ahead and talk about the other important feature of this speakerphone, the microphone. Your audio levels will be changing as you walk back and forth, pace, talk out, evenly spaced apart. There's no bad seat. With the 4 microphones, you can stand or sit anywhere around it, and it's going to be able to pick up your audio pretty well. This will allow you to be more mobile if you're someone like me and you find yourself pacing anytime you're on a call. Also, if you're part of a larger conference call and you want several speakers to be picked up, this range will help as well. So let's go ahead and pair this with my phone so you can hear how well the audio quality is picked up. So this is actually really cool. Once you have an audio recording started, you'll notice a couple things here. You have the blue for the Bluetooth, which is always on when you're connected, but now that we're in the voice mode, we see red around hang up or end call and green around accept call. Additionally, we have this mute button here that will turn red, so now you're only going to be able to hear me through the Rode microphone. And then I'll turn it off, and it goes back to white. And as I'm touching the volumes here, you can probably notice how much or how little is being picked up as I'm pressing it. Because as you're doing these calls, there's a good chance that you're going to want to either turn up or turn down the volume, holding it about, 3 feet away from me. And that's what it sounds like. And now I'm going to place it back on the desk to demonstrate a normal distance away that you'd probably be sitting or standing from it. How's the audio being picked up as we move around? Your audio levels will be changing as you walk back and forth, pace, talk out. Just out of frame here, I have a couch. I'm going to place the speaker down there. So that's the audio picked up about 4 to 5 feet away. I'm going to now move it about 7 feet away. And as I walk back, this is what the audio sounds like as I'm talking away from it. And now we're talking facing it. I have direct line of sight. Now for this next test, I'm going to demonstrate an actual call. It's going to be hard and very subjective to tell you how it sounds on my end as well as the other person's end, but I'll just talk you through it, and I'm going to place the Rode microphone a little bit closer to the speaker so you can see how the other person on the line sounds from the space. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Mia.
Hello?
So I'm actually recording the video for the space speaker right now.
Am I on the Beyerdynamic?
You're on the Beyerdynamic space speaker. So how do I sound right now? How does it sound?
It actually sounds to me better than normal speakerphone, because I have you on speakerphone right now because
I can tell that you're on
my hands are full.
I can tell that you're on speakerphone on my end. It's definitely very, very obvious. But you're saying when I'm talking right now, it doesn't sound like I'm on a speakerphone?
I mean, it does, but it sounds better than a cell phone speakerphone, if that makes sense.
No, that does. Let me see if I switch it to speaker here. Can you tell the difference?
No, that sounds awful. Don't do that.
So this sounds awful right now?
I don't like it. It's worse. I enjoyed speaking with you. I hope we get to talk again soon.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Hopefully, we can continue this call at another time. I'm going to go ahead and end the call now, though. All right?
Okay, that sounds fine to me.
All right. Take care. Goodbye. And it's that simple. On the other end of the call, they can hear us very well. We can hear them very well. I could tell that she was on speakerphone, but you know, it's loud, it's clear. It doesn't sound like it's coming out of a tiny speaker from my phone. And at the same time, as I'm moving around, I sound a lot better compared to the internal speakers, or internal microphones rather, that, you know, your phones would have. And then the last feature that helps us stand out from other speakerphones, but perhaps not other Bluetooth speakers, especially at this price point, is that it's IP64 water resistant. It can take a splash, it can take some dust and not get damaged. So if you want to use this near a sink, near a pool, possibly even by a beach, and you want to have high quality phone calls with a speakerphone there that's also going to double as your entertainment device after you hang up from that call, the space speakers are going to be your best and probably only choice. So that's been my experience using the space speakers. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. This has been Paul with Make Use Of, and until the next one, we'll catch you later.